Evening all, and welcome back to episode 56 of season 7 of Factory Town, where last episode we built this here, added all the houses, added a bit of rail infrastructure there, and I was going to do this everywhere. I was going to do this every town we have. So there's going to be one over here, and there's one over here, and I haven't done any of that. Mainly because I've been working on other things. Real life got away a little bit, so there wasn't an episode Wednesday, but I've been working on something else. For a couple of episodes, I've been mentioning that I'd like a calculator for Factory Town, one where you say, hey, I want this, say, I want omnipipes or I want elixirs, and I want however many of them a minute, 120 a minute elixirs just to feed our 100 houses. It'd be more than that, obviously, because omnipipes, stuff like that. So I want something like that, something like the Factorio calculator, but for Factory Town. And I've tried to do it in a Excel sheet using Google Sheets, and it kind of worked. Must admit, kind of got it working. It did what it was supposed to do, but it was very manual. You had to type in the item you want, and then it would list like everything for all the recipes. So, for instance, if I go here for like the elixirs, it would list all of this, and then it would list all of this, but it would say, hey, you need like however many 20 medicine huts, and then it would say later on you need another 10 medicine huts, and it wasn't making it easy to see what was going on with it. So I wanted to build a calculator that you could use, just type it in and make it work, and I have, and it's kind of working. It's let me show you. So, boom, I have right here a lovely little thing that you can go to. You can go to cast.uk/ftcalc. It's kind of early days. It doesn't do a lot of things and doesn't work, but it does have every recipe in the game in here. They're all listed in here. So you go down, you go, well, let's go to, we want to make let's make a book. Let's go to book. Boom. It says, hey, a book, you need a workshop, and you give it how many items per minute. It does kind of round up the numbers, and it doesn't take into account that farms and things like that can be sped up with more workers. So that's the come, but it's just here. So let's just say we want to create 100 books a minute. Boom. There you go. We need 9 workshops making books, and you can open it up here, and it says, look, it needs 3 paper and 1 level for a book. It tells you what the recipe is for the book. It needs 9 workshops, and then you need 4 lumber mills making paper, and you need 14 pastures making leather, which means you need 5 foresters making wood, which is for the paper, and then you need 8 wells, which will be for the pastures. It doesn't kind of visualize what it is, but it gives you all the buildings you need, and then assumes you have knowledge of the game as to what goes where. So yeah, this is the thing. So let's go to 120 and go to elixirs, because to feed 100 houses you would need, and at 100% happiness, yep, you would need 120 elixirs per minute. And there you go. This figures it all out for you. It tells me exactly how many things you need and where and whatnot. It currently only uses coal as fuel. It doesn't know about any other fuel for that. That was just I was just trying to get this working. So there, and as I said, it says here, so it says you need 8 farms producing sugar. Well, we know that farms can be sped up using workers, so instead you build 1 farm with 8 workers in it, and then herbs 12, so you build 2 with 6 in, for instance, and that sort of thing. I do want to implement new stuff in it, so it can figure out whether it should add some extra people in places. Elixirs, I know full well, if you go to 6 it ends up at 1. If you go to 7 it should round up to 2. But maybe it should have a way of doing it so that if you want 7, and I know it makes 6 a minute, rather than build a second one, because then you'd be 12 minute, it might just go, well, if you had an extra worker in here, you don't need so much stuff. But regardless, this is the thing. This is the thing here. I have followed it. I have tested it. It seems to be working in my brain. There's probably going to be problems with it. I would invite you to come and have a look at it and see it. I have contacted Eric, the developer of Factory Town, to ask whether I can use the graphics to actually make this look a bit more professional. Right now it's fantastic programming art, so not brilliant, but yeah, it does the job. And also there's a little button in the top corner here where you can just look at every list, every recipe in the game and all the ingredients required for them. They're all listed there. So this is the data it uses. So if anyone sees any problems with anything in here, then they'll go. You will notice that some items have minuses in there. That means, in the back of my head, doesn't actually tell you anywhere, so I'm telling you that. It means that that's rechargeable. It says 5 crystals, but -2 means you can recharge the crystals if it's a minus number. So you don't need to constantly supply crystals. You can recharge them. So that's going to be a thing that it will figure out at some point. Right now it doesn't. It will just show you a minus number, and that means, as I said, it assumes you have a good understanding of Factory Town. So what we wanted to do with this was create Omnipipes. That was the plan. So if I click Omnipipes, boom, there you go. This is the Omnipipe list. This is a lot of buildings. Something I should do as well is add the specialities to them so you can quickly see where they should be. That would make sense. But do we want to create 120 Omnipipes a minute? Well, no. But we do want to create 120 elixirs a minute. So I'm thinking if I just leave that up at 120, I mean, I could lower it and just say, hey, we want to just create, let's say we want to create 1 every 10 seconds. That means we want to make 6. It'll then go through and it'll calculate everything it needs for, and that would just be for Omnipipes. But as I said, we do need more elixirs. So if I built this, using all this here, which is, Omnipipes is the longest chain in the game. It's huge. It does tell you every item you need. So, yeah, that would give us 6 a minute, and that would figure out just for Omnipipes. But we need 120 elixirs. So we probably want to build the elixir thing, and then, well, we don't want to siphon off because then the elixirs drop down. This is obviously assuming you're feeding 100% all the time, so your constant, so your happiness bonus here. Because buildings have a happiness and a consumption, and it's based on the, as soon as the consumption runs out, it will feed another one. But the happiness bonus is usually longer, so you don't have to have that number. So the 120 elixirs is to keep consumption up to 100%. So we could do just 120 elixirs and then siphon off whatever we need for mana Omnipipes off that. That would work. That would probably work, and that would make sense. Okay, so let's just go. Let's go for making elixirs, and then we can just add in, because that's the most complicated one, and then we need to build something for these. So build each one there. I don't want to say build 120 Omnipipes, because then it will figure out trying to build 120 mana pipes. So that's weird. Also, because we're using speciality, we're actually half the amount we need. So that is a good thing, because we're using speciality. Not everything can be used in specialities. So, for instance, the elixirs and the health potions, pretty much everything in the medicine hut doesn't get bonuses. It gets bonuses from, I think it's bonus from magic, and that gets bonus from magic. Okay, so they do. But the antidote, the fish oil, and the remedies don't. So this doesn't take into account the specialities or anything like that, so you kind of have to use it with a bit of a grain of salt. So we could half some of them and then just make sure we build enough for when we come to antidotes, things like that. So yeah, so let's go with 120. In fact, let's go with 60 because we know it doubles. So let's go with 60. So we need 10 medicine huts, all these health potions, all these pieces down here. Antidotes, we need 10. Do you know what? I am going to do that 120 because I mean, the antidote requires remedy and sugar, and if we built it for 60 for sugar, then it wouldn't catch up. So yeah, and okay, so then we'll go down the bottom. We'll go right down the bottom here to Waterstone. That doesn't open because it's just a mine that mines a Waterstone, and we'll see. So move that over there. Now I have finished having a look at that. I do encourage everyone to go and have a look at it. I will try and remember to put a link down the bottom in the description and have a play with it and see whether you find any problems. If you do, let me know, because there's gonna be issues. I know that. I'm gonna mess something up somewhere. The amount of spelling mistakes I made where cotton. Cotton was one that got me for ages. I typed out cotton, and in one of the recipes it required cotton, and I put an O instead of an E on the end of cotton. It was cotton, and it just kept throwing, going, no, I don't know what that is. I can't help. I can't figure it out. It's broken. Help me. So yeah. Okay, so we are going to need water stones are made in a mine. That's fine. The water stones we've got that elsewhere. We're gonna need fish. We're gonna need 8 fish apparently to make fish oil, and fish ends up here. So let's put in fishery. Let's just build the thing, and this is all to make omni pipes. This is all to make our omni pipes. So we'll put in a fishery. Right, what I want to do is I want to actually eat these for a minute, and we want to build the same sort of infrastructure that I had the other place. Bump. Go around. So have 4, 5. Then we're gonna grab loads more houses. So let's grab. We need to grab 15 more houses. So, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And we will press tab and we will light and go move. Everyone's moving day. Sump. Okay. It was also pointed out, I don't have my comments up at the moment, so I don't know, that houses have a range around them. So I could put one there, and I think that's still... See, it doesn't... the house range is like the booster to it, but it's even though it hits the path, it doesn't cover it. It must be at least in range of the path. So it must be... You see the inner ring? That must touch the path one. So if you do it there, boom, that is now connected to... No, it's not. It's not connected. Oh, so it's connected to the house. It's connected to the farm, but it's not connected to the barn. So you do have to put it on the road. Okay. I thought you were right with the area effect being a thing that you could, but that's actual houses. That's the house area effect. That's how much a house can do. So we could put these down here, and then you can have a building. A production building nearby, and the production building would gain a bonus from this. So if I move this farm out to here, that farm is still connected to there, I believe. Let's move out here. Still, so we're connected to 11 farms. Is that right? Connected to 11 farms. There's 10 there. Are you still getting a connection? That's strange. So unports that. You are still apparently connected to 11 farms. Yep, that farm is still connected to that town. Interesting. But what I think you can put it like that. See, as soon as I get in range of the houses, it becomes connected. So that's what the house range is. The house can actually extend out. So if we put houses on the edge of the map, we could actually extend the range out even further. But okay, so there we go. So we got our houses. Awesome. We need to build our little way. We're going to put in a tavern, because I kind of like the idea of having a tavern. So, and I don't know. Why I made it that large. You go down there. You can. cut that off there. Edge of the farm area is actually there. Oh, I think I just run out of paths. That's why I was just trying to get it all connected. I think that was the issue last time. I actually ran out of paths. Ooh. So there we go. Run a road along there. Have enough now. Okay, and then each farm can have its own little tile. And that's fine. Doesn't actually get affected. If I was to put houses here, I could probably extend the range. Dotting houses around, and I put in a house here would probably extend the range big enough to hit those 4 farms. I wouldn't need the paths. But then you'd lose a little bit in the centre. So it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. That goes there. Okay. Okay. So let's go back. So we need 8 fish. So put down a fishery here. Let's actually run a road up. I don't even know whether I can do this or not. Can now. If you run a road over water, I do that. This then gets cut off from the edge of the water. And the more water blocks it has, it needs a certain amount of water blocks before it can get enough work units. However, I do believe if you were to, say, go up one, because you can do elevated. I don't know. You can't put a road on a ramp, can you? Nope. No. Although, don't these count as roads? Sure they do. Sure they do. Not too sure. Did this because it isn't touching the water. It allows the fishery to go over the top, and I can connect it. It doesn't count as a path. Interesting. Okay, so that doesn't actually count as a path. Right. Okay. I thought they did. I thought they counted as paths. They apparently do not. That is fine. That is fine. That is wrong. That is completely wrong. Let's try that again. So put a ramp in, and then we'll. I don't know why I keep cancelling that. It's the same thing. Force habit. Put that there. Drag that across to there. And now you are connected because you are within range of the path. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And then we'll do exactly the same on the other side as well. We'll do this. Half down. And we can't afford it because we've run out of stone. Really need to up that stone production. Really need to up that stone production. But anyhow, you're getting enough areas around it. So you want to make fish, and you're getting twice the amount of fish, and you get double workers. So we want to. If you're going to produce 2 fish, we want to. If we put you at 4, then that means you produce 2 fish a second, and we need. Well, according to this, we actually need 8 fish a minute. So we don't need that to be very fast at all. According to fishery, we need 8 fish a minute because it requires the medicine hut. Oh no, sorry. No, sorry. I'm misreading my own thing now. It says 8 buildings. You need 8 fisheries. Not 8 a minute. 8 fisheries. I should really put down the items a minute. I did have that on there, and then I think it does calculate that still. It just doesn't display it. I should probably show that. There we go. See, look, live bug fixing. Live bug fixing. So yeah, because it doesn't actually tell me how many fish I need, which isn't ideal. I didn't do that. So I can't do my ratios on here because I didn't actually get that correct. So I need to fix that. Otherwise, I can't do what I'm trying to do here. I could put down 8 buildings and then figure it all out. You know, eight buildings. Obviously, it would assume 1. 8 buildings would mean it's 2 fish a second we're making. 8 buildings. So 4 workers is making 2 fish a second. So that, with 4 workers in it, is the equivalent of 8 buildings. Because we get the bonus as well. Obviously, we need 8 workers in it. That's where it was, yeah. So the amount, obviously, it says 8, so you put 8 workers in it. You could have put 5 in it, but you get 8 workers in it to get it up to 8 a second. Boom. There you go. And it's doubling. So we only need 1 fishery making enough fish, and that just makes the fish oil for elixirs. Won't make a fish oil for anything else. So we'll have to look into that. We'll have to look into maybe expanding this out here as we go. But that should do the job there. And then we need to pipe them out of there and take them to somewhere. Now we need mana shards. The next one is mana shards on the list. I'm starting at the bottom of the list for the elixirs if you're up in there. So water stone we've done, fish, mana shards we have. We need foresters because we need apples. Because apples are used to make apple juice, and apple juice is used in the health potion. Right? Yes, health potion. So yeah, so apparently we need 4 foresters. So that's a forester with 4 workers in it. However, we get a bonus. So let's see here. So a forester's area of effect is actually larger than a farm's. So that means that we can actually do something different when it comes to foresters. We can actually do them longer. We don't have any roads left. I need unpause the game. Get me some damn stone. Let's see if we can speed this stone thing up, shall we? You, why are you so slow? Run faster. Can we add a steam booster? Do we have any steam nearby? That's steam pipe over there. Do we have any steam nearby? We don't have any steam nearby. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put in a second and a third one. Because we can do that sort of thing. This should easily be able to supply all of that there. I can just do that. Or go into so of course it's prioritising the first building. It'll take a little while to load them all up, but it will eventually load them all up. And then yeah, so got some more stone being made. Awesome, because we need stone for stone. I don't have to use stone. I could use wood. I've got 5.7 thousand. I just like the look of stone, but we could go back to using normal paths and then upgrade it. I think we'll do that. I think I'm going to replace my that. Okay. The only difference is that workers walk slower. Wow. On them, but they still connect. They still connect the same. They have exactly the same range as the other ones. So yeah, I think we'll do this. I think we'll just have paths going in for the minute. We will save ourselves some brick. It's fine. And then we'll upgrade to brick later. At least now the paths actually look quite cool. I quite like this new texture they've got on them. They look like actual dirt tiles, essentially. So, you know, it's like someone's actually come along and stamped. It's not just a walk path. It's actually someone has stamped the path in. So I quite like them now. Don't use them very much anymore. That makes sense because we're not doing a great deal with them. So you want to make pears. Wow. No, you don't want to make pears. It's because of a red pear and clicked apple. Look at that. Look. You want to make apples. That's what we need. We don't need pears. We need apples. And we need to make... it says 4, so we can do that with workers. So we can put 4 workers in there, but we double up, so we can actually half that to 2. So that would work. We can always add more workers to it and double it up, but I kind of want to limit, and I want to essentially build exactly how the chain looks and actually physically check it works in game, because I haven't actually checked if it works in game. The numbers work. It works on paper. Does it work on actual proper workingness? So let's. Need to go a bit more. I'll need to check keep an eye on my red coins as well. I've been using an awful lot for terraforming, and it's not very happy. Okay. What is in? And we're going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to have a couple of foresters up here. We've got loads of farms for sugar. I haven't really checked how many we need. I just put loads in because I knew we will eventually need them. And we need to plant apple trees. Let's pause the game because apple trees go and do their thing. Yeah, so you're producing 1 second, which means you're producing 2 a second. Awesome. We need to update that. I think I will do that as soon as I finish recording this episode. So if people have a look when this episode goes out, hopefully it will show that on there. I also might try and figure out, like for instance, it's got here forest apple, but it doesn't tell you where it goes to. I might have a little thing saying goes to kitchen for apple juice. You know, even though the kitchen apple juice says apple times 2, but just knowing where, because you might build forester and they go, well, where does it have to supply to? Got a forester, it's making me apples. Where does it go to? Oh, so it goes to, you know, does it go to apple juice or does it go to jam? You can go to jam, apple jam. I don't know, but yeah, that would have to be put in there. So, I'm talking, kind of saying it out loud so that I know I've done it in my head. If that makes sense. You got there. So I'm going to basically square. I'm going to probably put this lake in here. We want more foresters around here, but there's space for them. Thing is, I don't know if I put another forester there and a path up, does that reach him? Yes, it does. You are with Farmington. Awesome, but it won't reach a fifth one. That's no. That's fine though. That's absolutely fine. So we can reach 3, but they do have a bigger range. So, and I don't really see us needing any more than that. So, put the third one in. I'm not actually using them right now. And let's that. More space for the masses. Oh, need to add a little bit more there. The wooden paths disappear when you terraform the stone paths don't. You are connected to Farmington? Yes, you are. It says up here Farmington. Awesome. Right. Yeah. So whichever. So we have apples, pears, whatever up there, so that's fine. So we're making them. We're not actually shipping them anywhere right now. We are going to begin with. I think I'm just going to have like caravans pick up stuff and move it around. And then when we get omnipipes, we will have a massive omnipipes. And I'm going to do some above ground, some below ground in that sort of way of doing things. So yeah. Right. Okay. So there's the apple. We need fuel, which is coal. We don't really have anywhere that's just a dedicated coal production. May well build one. May build somewhere where we can put in. I mean, right now, obviously, we're trying to mine up coal. Fuel production doesn't have to be coal. It could be magma, which probably makes sense. Now we have the magic for it. We might produce magma. Run that around. Right now, it's using fuel, and it says you need 10 mines. Mining fuel. That obviously that where it says fuel, coal, mine 10 is for everything. So it doesn't tell you where it goes to. It doesn't say how many. It just says, hey, you need to mine. You need 10 mines mining coal, or 1 mine with 10 workers in it mining coal. But if you go with magma, that would drop it down high. I keep mispronouncing stuff. Yeah, you. Oh, I'm gonna go over here. somewhere. That, I think, train station will be over here somewhere. When we come to ship things around, don't know when that's going to be. Not this episode. We have way more infrastructure to build. We need wells. I think the wells go directly to the pastures. It figures out water from wells. It doesn't figure out water shrines or the fact that pastures can actually get passive water. It doesn't take into account. It just takes into the whole, hey, you need to supply a well, a pasture with water, and water comes from a well. So, okay, we need 12 herb farms. So what is this? This is sugar. This is grain. How many more things are there? There's loads, isn't there? Loads of farms do wheat. Yeah, there's loads that farms do. And there probably isn't enough space for it. Now, what am I putting down there? What's what is that? There's something there, but I don't know what it is. Something, thing on the floor. I don't know. Was there a way to show world data? Show tags? Or crops? What is that crop? What is that? What is that? I need to know what that is. Can you tell me what that is? So we've got tomato and tomato there. We've got that. So this is the world data. So back here we have sugar and sugar. Oops. I think we do. Oh yeah, some of these might have grown, so that's why it's showing the sugar there. It doesn't tell me what that one actually is. What is that one? What is it? There's all the world ones. You know, it shows you where the patches are. Don't know what that is, so I don't know how to react to that. We'll just have to put herbs down and assume it's not a thing that it's showing there. So now I do know we're going to need way more herbs or anything like that than we currently have. So, you know, everything needs herbs. I think elixir is probably the biggest one that uses them, but other ones will need herb. So we need 12 farms. So if we do a single farm with 6 people and it's getting double, because it can do herb, and it's doing double because we can connect them by paths, then that should be what we need. There. Yeah, it's getting double herbs. So yeah, so it says 12, so we go to 6 because that's doubled, so that'd be enough. Now we just need to plant the herbs. Plant the herb. Bump, bump, bump. You'll get herbs. Awesome. Okay, and then it says we need water ether. I really can't talk today. My apologies. My brain has been all sorts of over the place, so it's been very hard. It's been very hot, and I think my brain might be slightly fried. So, yeah. And I haven't even been drinking. Wow. Slurring me words, not even been drinking. Terrible. Yeah. So we need water ether, which is made in the elemental refinery. Now we have that already set up over there. We will get to that. That's the next point of change. And this says it needs 4 water stones, which we're getting from there. And it says mana crystals -1, so we know that's recharged. We also need sugar. We need 8 farms producing sugar. Well, let's drop this one down to 4, and that can be our sugar farm there. So I'm just using the farms on the end for my test here. They'll be the only ones that are connected. And then we need fish oil, which is a medicine hut, and the medicine hut is now over here. So we need our first production line. We actually need to take the fish bring it over here to the medicine line, although we don't, because the fish oil actually doesn't get a bonus from anything. So we could put the fish oil over here, and it's not required because it's near the fish. We could put it outside because it doesn't get a bonus from anything anyway, so there's no point in putting it. We'll put it in there. It's connected to that, but it's not got any bonuses, so we don't want it to use the space in there. We'll put it out here instead. And yeah. So it says we need fish oil. We need 12 medicine huts. Now this is where it becomes a little odd with me trying to figure out whether you should add extra workers, because these only 1.5 bonus, whereas like fisheries and farms and mines get a 1 bonus. So toying with the idea of trying to figure out whether it's better to add people or not. Generally, when it comes to the 1.5 bonuses, it's not always add an extra building. So we need 12 medicine huts, which is yeah, we need 12 medicine huts, and they all need to be lined up over here somewhere, getting fish from the fishery and producing fish oil. So that's the next stage of it, but that is going to have to wait to the next episode. I've already run over and gone much longer than I do normally. So let's just eat up even more red coins. Yes, all the red coins going into landscaping. So we need 12 of these producing things, and of course you need to figure out the belts and the connections and all this, all that jazz. So it's all fun. So we'll leave this one here, and we shall come back next time and carry on from there, trying to build this up, and then hopefully some of you can give me some feedback on the calculator and see how good, bad, or terrible you think it is, and any suggestions on the change. Obviously, it's right now very basic, so I would like to add like the images for pictures, adding where things go, and you know, the actual amount of items that things produce would be required. So yeah, so okay, so we'll leave it here and we'll come next time, and we'll carry on from there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.